Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, just want to take you through the acoustic version of this great song, very popular song by Phil Wickham. This is Amazing Grace. So it's really nice to play on acoustic guitar. So whether you're leading from acoustic with a band or just doing an acoustic set or small group or something like that, let me show you the way that Phil Wickham plays it on the acoustic guitar. Now he plays it in the key of B flat. And what he does is he down tunes the whole guitar a step down and then plays as if it was in the key of B, but it's actually in the key of B flat. So that's a bit complicated for most of us, especially if you're only using one acoustic guitar in a whole worship set. You can't really be using a down tuned guitar unless you use it down tuned for every song, or unless you have a second guitar. So I'm just going to play it in open B, in the key of B. And show you the chord shapes that he uses. So let me just show you the intro and then I'll break down the chord shapes and we'll go through it together. So in the key of B, and he plays it up here, something like this. Okay, so what he's doing, I'll just show you the chord shapes. You're in the key of B. What he does is this open kind of it's part of a bar chord, but then he leaves the top two strings open. Okay, so what you want to do is grab your B bar chord right up here on the 7th fret, barring that. And this is the E shape here. Okay, so your B note here on the 6th string and 7th fret. So the top part of a B bar chord, but lift your wrist up and leave these top two strings ringing open. So that's the way that he plays it. Okay, so interesting chord, slightly dissonant, but it still works. So. And then to the E. Who breaks the power of sin and darkness, whose love is mighty and so much stronger, the King of glory, the King of glory. Okay, so let me go through those chords. So it starts off on that B. And then you just drop, you can leave your middle finger there and just drop these fingers down to an open E shape. Okay, so you're hitting the bottom string and the top two strings. And then your index fingers on the 5th string and 7th fret. And then below that 4th string and 3rd string there on the 9th fret. Okay, and then drop your wrist down again, so you've got open E, and the top two strings are ringing open the whole time. So leave them open, and you've got that E shape. So if you go from the B, and then just drop those fingers down, okay, and you've got your E. Okay, and then it goes to a G sharp minor, and he plays it like this. So it's a bit tricky if you're not used to using your thumb. So what you've got to do is put your thumb over the top there and bar, hit the 6th string there on the 4th fret, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then underneath that you've got your ring finger and pinky on the 5th and 4th strings on the 6th fret there, and then your index finger is on the 3rd string and 4th fret. Okay, so all together you've got thumb over the top there, and then the top two ringing open again. Okay, so one more time, thumb here, these two, and your index here. Okay, all right, and you've got this kind of open ringing G sharp minor chord. And then you slide down to the F sharp. Instead of playing, imagine you're playing an F sharp bar chord, this one, okay? But drop your wrist back, and again, you just want to play the top part of it and keep these top two open. That's the way he plays it, so. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and the top two open. And then the last chord, you can go back, you can go to this open E here, normal E, or back up to this E. Okay, so the verse. Mix of power of sin and darkness, whose love is mighty and so much stronger. The King of G sharp minor, F sharp. Either that E or up to that E up there. And then sometimes on the E, he does this E major 7. You're just dropping back to your middle finger here on the 3rd string and back up to your pinky. Okay, so that's pretty much the whole song. And then the chorus. This is amazing. This isn't feeling love. Then you would take my place, the G sharp minor. Then you would hear my love. F sharp minor. You lay down your line. That we set free. G sharp minor. Jesus, I see. F sharp. All that you've done for me. Back to the B. Okay. Now the rhythm pattern is kind of a little bit tricky if you're not used to this kind of rhythm. Let me try to slow it down. Something like that. A bit slower. Okay, so something along those lines. And then the bridge. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. The key, we always change the key because it's not good for my voice or any of the other vocalists' voices. Then to the G sharp. So actually I think it goes, worthy is the Lamb who is, back to the B, slain worthy, to the E. So the second time, worthy is the Lamb, B, to the E. This is amazing grace. Okay, so that's how Phil Wickham does it. Now if you want to change the key, let me just grab my capo, which I forgot to bring up. Okay. Sorry about that. I forgot my capo. So if it's too low and it doesn't work for you, what we sometimes do is do it in the key of D. So if you want to do it in the key of D, B, C, D, take it up 3 frets here. Put your capo on the 3rd fret. And you want to play like a D bar chord up here, which is actually up on the 10th fret, so it's getting a bit high. And then play the same kind of thing. Mix of power of sin and darkness, whose love is mighty and so much stronger. The King too. So you're up here on the 10th fret, and then you go to the what would normally be the E shape chord. And then you go to the G sharp minor. It would normally be a G sharp minor, but now we're up here, and on your thumb is on the 7th fret there. And then you go to what would normally be the F sharp, and your index finger is now on the 5th fret, and then to the E, or to the E up here. Okay, so that works too in another key. So there it is. By the way, the tapping is just my foot. I like to keep in time. So there it is. That's Phil Wickham's version of This Is Amazing Grace on acoustic guitar. So I hope that helps you guys out. God bless you. I hope you can use that to lead worship in church or your small group. Be a blessing to your church and be a blessing in worship. So God bless, and I shall see you next time.